Hi everyone, welcome to Wargamer Online. We've got a Saturday show today with me and Sam, just the two of us, and we're talking about, are there too many games?
Yes, but that is the topic, are there too many games? But
we've totally not planned for it, I'm just going to get that out there.
As always. We've got loads of people in the chat already.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I've just read Bernard Miller saying Sam, so I don't know if that's a question or if he's just saying Sam.
Sam?
Maybe. Right.
Okay, who have we got?
Wait,
okay.
Can everybody hear us first of all? There's salt on Sam's shirt. There's always salt on my shirt. It's actually a hair. We've just kicked the dog out.
I think he was joking. I don't think you're okay.
I kind of wish it was salt. I wish I just had salt on my shirt.
Right. So who have we got? We've got Reaper 28. Saying hi. We've got Stalker 40k. So we've got some of the usuals. Awesome. Managed to bag some cheap stuff to add to my army. Winning. Okay.
Got some new people as well. If
Medic
you're new,
6666. Have we seen Medic before?
Yes, Medic before. But if we've got any other people who are new to the stream, feel free to say hello, because we always like new faces or new names, not faces.
Yeah, feel free to.
But just say hello.
Join in.
Join in. Got to Medic.
I got to Medic. The procrastinating painter. Hey guys, what's up? These live streams are the only time I get any painting done lately. Well, you're doing more than we are then. We don't really get much done, but got Surreal. Yay, Surreal's here. And Ralph Pommel. Sam equals salt, Rachel equals pepper.
How is everybody ready for the salt and pepper show?
That's awesome.
And he's almost managed to finish 2 figures in 1 week. New record.
Awesome, well done. So who's Cinderella?
Not sure.
Blimey, I just finished Storm of Sigmar Buck, and that takes 3 months. I'm not surprised at that. Okay, so I tried painting recently, because I basically said I was going to try and paint my frost.
I really should have had a shave.
Anyway, it only needs tidying anyway, you don't need to shave the whole thing.
It would take me a year to grow it again.
So I tried painting, and it was going really well. I was doing my wall band, and then it got to the point where you have to start actually doing it neatly and putting out the detail. And I'd probably been there for a day and a half doing it. So I was just.
Was it a day and a half?
It was a day and a half.
Or was it 2 hours?
It was a day and a half. It was way more than 2 hours. That was the problem. It took too long, and I got bored.
Okay.
So I've decided I'm just never going to finish a model.
I said that she was going to do all of the Frostgrave completely yourself, didn't I? And I've still put it off. I've not picked up the paintbrush and started doing them for you.
It's not my thing. Painting's not my thing.
But you did try.
I don't have the patience for it. I tried.
You did try. More than I can ask.
That's why I didn't paint my nails. I'm just that'll be fine. Yeah. Medic, not a fast painter, as you maybe guessed. Yeah, me neither.
Right, let's we've got Necron Destroyers, that must be surreal painting stuff, yes. Frank Storm as well. What did Frank post recently that I saw? Sure, Frank you must have posted something on the Facebook group, because it stuck in my head, Frank, so it must have been good. The Orc Boys as well, welcome the Orc Boys. Hope you're having a good evening. It's been a long one actually, we've not been, it's been a whole week I think before I've done anything really.
Well, what are you working on now?
Germans. I've just finished the German tank. You've seen them?
Yeah.
So I've finished those, and now I finished this Frostgrave dude as well. I painted this guy up. This is I've changed the. I've painted this guy up. Frostgrave. This is the apprentice, and I just need to add some art coat to the face, and he's all right. He's a lowly apprentice, so he doesn't have that spirit. But
I'm looking forward to playing.
Yeah, so I'll finish him. I'll put him on the screen. So I've been doing that. I've also can go back actually. You haven't seen it. It's really annoying. I wish I just dry brushed the whole thing because can I even zoom very well? Maybe a black background wasn't the greatest colour to use, but you can effectively
put your hands?
Maybe. I've been doing edge highlighting for the repulsor. It's a horrible model to paint. I have to say, it's like probably the worst model. It's huge, difficult to hold, and then you've got all of these edges to do. So I started properly trying to edge highlight it. I'm just not getting neat enough lines.
The edge highlighting showed up quite long.
Yeah, it's just really not nice to paint. So I haven't enjoyed it, and I've got 2 of them to do, and I've got all the detail to paint. Although luckily the majority of it is going to be black. I've just got to pick out some of these symbols with white, put some battle damage on it, which I'm just going to stickle it with silver, and then paint these repulsory track things, and that pretty much put it against Rachel's hair. That's the repulsor done. But I got bored edge highlighting it, and for the turret, I literally switched to dry brushing, and it ended up looking messy, so then I ended up edge highlighting it anyway. Been really eventful.
I think it looks good.
It's okay. I'm not happy with it, and I'm ready to move on very quickly. As always.
We should be fairly close to the cross.
Well, I've done mine. This is the last guy.
That's no mine.
Yes, I'd love to. Derpimus Maximus, evening. Welcome, Derpimus. Anborn Killian. I just realised we were chatting away. I wasn't even paying attention. Graham Rigg as well. Coleman. I think Coleman's a fairly new name. I can't remember. I've been on one recently. I apologise if you have been on before.
Is Coleman? Are you from the Midlands?
Well,
I'm just thinking he's saying A up. I think that's the Midlands.
It's definitely Ilkeston.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's Midlands.
Yeah. Bernard Miller as well.
Coleman, where are you from?
Where are you from, Coleman? And what do you do? Asking where Reaper is. Reaper was here at the beginning. I don't know if he's here now. Sam must be ready. No 20-minute timer. I had issues with the stream. It said that I couldn't stream it in 1080p because it was rubbish.
Did it really?
Mm.
What's it streaming in?
720.
Ow.
You can see us in lower definition.
I think.
Oh yeah, I need to change the screen. Hold on, here we go.
Hey.
Benjamin Crow, another new name. Welcome, Benjamin. Red Cuffs. I've not seen Red Cuffs in a while. I wonder where the cat is. Well, welcome, Red.
Oh, I think you.
Oh.
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 Going.
How far did I skip?
I don't know. Oh, here we go. Got ahoy.
Void72. Welcome, Void. Purist George. I hope everyone brought a drink because it's time for salty Saturdays with Sam.
Hey.
There's salt on Sam's shirt. Here we go. Do not want. Hello, just the 2 of us. John Snater. Purist George. I'm going to use that as an excuse for why I accidentally bought unsalted butter today.
Oh, I bet you were so disappointed.
Who else pre-ordered Necromunda? We haven't, but Bill's got it. We're talking about that. That's the topic. Yeah, he's done it. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about too many games in a moment. Remind me to talk about that, please.
Given that that's the topic of the show.
Yes, I always forget the topics though. So Elster Nation, welcome Elster Nation. He's got a next Friday, I believe. Chilling Wargamers are going to be back doing their live show next Friday, which we can watch as well because we're not going to be doing our live shows on Friday. We do them on Saturday.
Awesome.
Monday and
Have they not
Wednesday.
done one for a while?
No. So Elster Nation and hopefully Spud and anybody else is going to be on there on next Friday.
Awesome. And
anybody watching this, head over to Chilling Wargamers on Friday and check that out as well. We have Jim Wilson. Welcome, Jim. Howling Mad Cat is in a cat coma, apparently, after devouring leftover fish and chips. I wish I had fish.
Yeah. Maybe you should go get some. Right. I'll have.
We had beans. What did we have yesterday? I've been living on tinned food this week. It's been pretty dire. And then Rachel was like, "What have you had for dinner?" And I was like, "I'm not having any more tinned food." And she was like, "Why? It's not that bad." I'm like, "Yes, it is."
So yesterday Sam had beans and I went into Warwick and had pizza. And then today I went to Birmingham and had Thai food.
And I said to you, didn't I? I was like, "I don't want to go because then you will have to have a choice between what food you were going to eat." And she was like, "That's fine, we'll have cheap curries and stuff." And I was like, No, you go, I will eat beans instead.
You could have gone, it would have been fine.
But you went and had a nice curry. Was it a curry? Thai curry?
Yeah.
You like your Thai curry, don't you?
Yeah.
So it was worth it. Benjamin Crow, I wish I could, but I had to spend that money on the car. Oh, we know about cars problems. What's up with yours, Benjamin? Derpimus. Getting someone else to buy it me for Christmas.
Yep.
And then I can't pronounce that name because I don't know what.
I don't know what those letters.
I don't know. I apologise because I don't know what the symbols are. I wonder if I can Google Translate that. Have a look. Type Google in, please. Google Translate. Just type Google. Just type Google Translate.
All right.
And then press return.
It's going to be a slow show.
Let's see if this works. Oh, it does.
Wait.
So I believe this is right. The name is Mihail Pepelek. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, but
we could go with Mihail.
Mihail.
And hope that it's right.
Yeah.
In fact, could you let us know if that's right?
Welcome, Mihail. That is your new name. Well,
or you can just tell us how to pronounce it and we'll do it the right way.
Scott Bill, more games means more choice and the possibility of getting more people into the game. It does indeed. Johnny Rockstar.
Oi, oi, troops.
Kiblams. Fantabulous to be here.
Wait.
Where did all the pirates come from? Sam got all 3 armies painted. What?
Which armies?
I didn't get 3 armies painted. I've done progress, but not.
I don't know. Hopefully it's in Santa's stack.
Sam, you should dye your beard another colour. How about pink? What's wrong with ginger?
Yeah, what's wrong with ginger?
They have no souls.
Gingers do have souls.
You have no soul. I've only got half a soul. Built 10 Gene Stealers this morning. Hobby done. There we go. Scott's
That's awesome.
productive. Scott's done some really good stuff on his Gene Stealer call. He keeps putting up progress. I think Bill and Scott are having a Gene Stealer call off.
Who's winning?
I think, I think Scott definitely has done a lot more than Phil, but Phil's had the aid of Elsa Nation, who basically batched his entire army.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, so I think Scott's beat Phil, but Elsa Nation beat everybody. But it's not a competition, and they all win. And I lose because I've done nothing. Sneblot, that's better, that's a cool name. Definitely seen Sneblot before, welcome. Sam, what is that from? The figure? This is from North Star Miniatures, I'm going to say. I might be wrong, but they do a bunch of Frostgrave models. So they come in a pack of 2. You get a wizard and you get an apprentice, and there's loads of different types as well. And this is the Necromancer blister pack.
These are like the sort of official Frostgrave ones,
yes,
aren't they?
Yeah.
But Frostgrave sort of say you can use both.
Mm-hmm. And if you're in the Nottingham area, you've got Warlord Games where you can go in and pick up stuff from them. And literally on the back of their car park is North Star Miniatures, so you've got both.
That's convenient.
They literally walk across to each other because obviously Warlord Games sells the Frostgrave stuff as well, and then North Star produce a lot of the metal models, so they can just walk over and pick them up basically. Still got a cough. I'm trying not to cough.
I don't think you're going to be able to hold it in the whole
I can do this. Oh, I skipped again. Hey Sam, did you receive my email? Why am I not getting email?
Is it going to you or is it going to the...
You read while I check. Okay, turn it. Hi.
I'm just wondering if it's going to the WGO one, in which case it goes to Bill.
If it's being... No, you sent it to my samwise@wargameonline.com, which means it should come straight through to this phone right now. And it never... Oh, I need to check it.
I can do this now.
From there then, yeah?
Okay. Okay, so still talking. What? Where am I? What's the Warhammer affiliation?
Huh?
What does that mean?
What's that Warhammer affiliation? Like, what is he? It's not linked to Warhammer, but
oh yeah, it's a new game.
New game. It's for Frostgrave, Bernard. So it's we're talking about like the amount of games in the moment because this is one of them that we've kind of picked up and we're going to do. But there's so many games at the moment. So we'll get through this chat and then we'll go straight on to that topic. And I haven't got the email Siegfried.
Is it in your junk?
I've just checked my junk. It's not.
Oh.
I've got 1,000 YouTube comments that come through to my junk. I don't know how I can speak to Siegfried then. I don't understand. I get every email from everybody, but for some reason not from Siegfried.
Okay, so Coleman's from Yorkshire. Well, that's not the Midlands, is it then? Apparently A up goes further north than we thought.
A up duck.
A up duck. Hey, Snowblock put that. A up me duck.
I put A up duck as well.
Yeah.
I said that when we were here.
Yeah, we get like the funniest looks.
Because I said, when I was working in retail, I genuinely always said A up duck or whatever. And it's been beaten out of me now.
Yeah.
But I said it to somebody, and she was like, "Why did you just call me a dog?" And I was like, "I said duck." And she's like, "Why is that any better?" And I'm like, "It's just standard." So we basically stopped saying things that from Ilkeston area.
Yeah, so in Derbyshire that's like a sort of pet name. So where you go some places and they call you pet or love, it's that kind of thing. Not here.
Offensive.
Okay, so Sneak Feet is here, evening ladies and gentlemen. Bernard's put Rachel, you look better without green skin. Thank you.
See, it's loading on ours, look, it's buffering.
I mean, that's what you'd expect, because that was kind of the look I was going for. I was like, horrific and grim. So that's good to know, thanks.
I think our internet's dying.
What's that?
It's green down here, so it means that it should be still connected, but it's buffering, which means it's rubbish.
Scott has said that he loves The Apprentice. Looks great.
Thank you, Scott.
And we have Ian Stanford here.
Welcome, Ian.
Fury George, there is no such thing as too many games, only not enough money. That's true, or time. Time's the other issue. Well, not for me, obviously, I don't paint, but I can do all the games.
Are there any paint that you can recommend that aren't Citadel? Yes, and from using the Dropbox that got sent, Acid Drop was basically. If anybody saw that video, they basically send out boxes of paints every month. You pay like £20 and you get a random amount of paints, and they're all from different paint companies, so you get to try different stuff out. So I was like Virgin Media, no BT. Where are they? Where is she? So I was trying out different paints, and I've not done these yet. These are from Comart, but these are supposed to be really high quality paint. These are about £3 to £4 per pot. So they're quite a lot, really. If you look at that in the size comparison to a CGW pot, your little baby pot, and then you get this big Comart one. Then there's also Master Series paints. And out of all the stuff that I've been using recently, the Master Series paints are brilliant. And not only just as a standalone paint, but to mix with Games Workshop. I've never had a paint that's mixed so well with Games Workshop other than these Master Series. I was painting some flesh, and I think I just did some Bugman's Glow. It's just died.
Can people still see us and hear it?
I don't know. I'll just talk anyway. So you put down some Bugman's Glow and mix this straight into it, and it's perfect. Like, it blends perfectly. So I was really chuffed with this. Let's try refreshing it. So we got to, where did we get to? The email thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Hate. It's this Mac. It's on its way out. It's constant. No internet connection. I mean,
have we got internet there? Okay, if we've got internet there, it's fine. We can do that. Well, we can't see the chat.
How has the Mac died? Hold on. Let's see if we can get chat up on here.
Because Apple sucks.
I always know. Right, hold on. We've got a chat here, so it's fine. We can do this.
Right, I can't read that.
Well, I'm going to have to take over then.
Cool, you do it.
Anyway, Reaper Series paints, really good from what I've used. So Vallejo is standard. I think they have one of the greatest sets of paints you can buy. Vallejo are brilliant. AK Interactive for weathering, I've never found anything better. AK Interactive are brilliant.
Have you tried those paints yet that you got from that shop?
Rubbish.
Are they? Because they were quite cheap.
These were from the Works, and
they weren't the Works.
It was like a craft shop in town. It's like they're called Americana, and they were like £1, so they're really cheap. And they look really nice. They had a good selection of colours, didn't they? So I was like, oh, well, I've that, and that. And I thought I'd try them out. They're really bad. Like, I imagine for painting scenery and stuff, and we're not normally negative, are we? Because I don't like being negative, but for scenery, it's probably fine because you get a lot of paint in there for a very small amount of money. However, for painting models, it's just far too thin. For glazing, maybe it will work, but it really isn't worth investing.
Are you actually adding any water to it?
Yeah. Well, I've tried without putting water to it and mixing it down. It's just really bad coverage. One thing I have tried from them is their Clear Art Glaze, their glazing medium, which again is £1. And I've been using that instead of Lamian medium. And it seems to thin down the paint enough without making it have, if you just use water, and mix it into a paint. You get watermarks sometimes. This stuff seems all right, but again, I'm not 100% sold yet, so I'm going to keep using it and I'll see how it goes. But Vallejo definitely is a really good range, and Reaper series at the minute. I wish I could get more Reaper series. It's just they're an American brand, so if you're in America, you can pick these up a lot easier than that Mac's just dead. I don't know, and this is what I do all the editing on. Yeah. I'll just have to close it down and then hope it's not dead. Yeah, we'll do this on the stream. I'll just turn it down. I'll just turn it on.
Okay, you can do the chat.
Yeah, and then we'll pray to the machine gods afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's keep going through because we haven't even got to the end of the chat yet.
Nope.
Dig out my rat skin gang. Oh yeah, that's Necromunda. Rat skin's really cool. Oh, there we go. Michael. There we go.
Ah. Awesome. That's easy. We tried.
That's Coleman then. That's not Michael or Michael saying it.
Ah.
Marcus Hackmeister. Ginger smell of sugar.
I mean, there's worse things I could smell of, I suppose.
Sugary. Ginger stealers.
I should do that.
Did you know? Oh, okay.
What?
Just surreal. Listen, I've been spending my time on setting up my armies on the shelf. Post on Facebook if you guys want to see. Might check out Facebook at the end as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because I think listeners got a bunch of Imperial Fists from them. They look quite nice. North Star do fantastic minis, says Ralph Hummel. They do indeed. I think all of these sort of characters and miniatures that I've seen from them are great. I mean, they're metal, so the detail isn't as good as some of the plastics from GW, but the price is minuscule in comparison, aren't they? These were like £5 for 2 metal models that have got loads of character, so they're really quite nice, to be honest. And
they were really easy to build as well.
Yeah, trade.
What? That's the thing.
One-piece model, so I'd hope they were easy to build.
Oh no, I meant the plastic ones.
Okay, they were plastic. Yeah. John Snater, I'm a bit hobbied out with my Renegade Knight, so no hobby tonight. Maybe some Battlefield 1 later. Anyone actually hobbying? Yeah, I am. Tonight.
Well, I'll be on card.
Nottingham's gaming capital of the world. Let's try and speed this up. Kablams, which is weird that here in Derby, 10 miles up the road, that scene is all but dead.
Really? I'm surprised at that. You've got, like you say, Nottingham with it being so close, you've got like Warhammer World, Wargaming.
I don't know if they're talking about the same thing. Let's talk about something else. Ralph played. That's why I play the lottery, not to stop working, but to buy more minis. Curious George, how bad was the damage to the car last week?
Okay,
it was more than a scratch.
Yeah, so like I think I saw someone's comment where they'd put something along the lines of, I'll use my female exaggeratometer or something to translate as probably 3 centimeters. It's 3 panels. There is actually 3 panels of damage. It genuinely does go from the front of the car to the back. So
we're just waiting from the insurance company to find out whether it's going to be repairable or whether it's a write-off. And
I think it'll be repairable.
This is a car that we got last year. We've never spent money on a car, have we? And this was the first time where you were like, I'm going to buy a car that's going to last me. It's going to be safe to drive, because the last cars we've driven have been tin cans, basically.
There was a lot of rust by the end of its life.
And there's a dog here. Evaded me. And this one was like, okay, we'll buy a car. It wasn't a brand new car, was it? It was the cheapest we could find, but it was better quality than the stuff we've been driving. And within a year, somebody's driven into the side of it. So, yeah, go humanity.
These things happen.
Let's keep going. Virgin Media, no.
I mean, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Vans, I've been living in Derby for the past 10 years, and I say ale and duck all the time now. There's barely any yam left in me. Right, Seafeed's going to try and resend. Oh, it skipped again. Here we go. A lot of people saying they can see us, so that's fine.
Excellent.
Apple sucks. Throw the rotten apple out. The problem is the software that we use for... oh, Phil's on the chat. I'm not going to read that out. The problem is we use the Macs for the software for editing all of the videos, so I have to use Apple. I can't use the computer, of course. And Phil loves Apple. He's absolutely in love
You'd think
with
he
Apple.
was like an Apple rep or something. I'm sure he's on commission.
When he's sleeping, he doesn't like snore. He just goes, Apple, 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 Apple. Apple, 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 Apple.
Normally I'd feel bad about like talking about Phil, but he's here, so it's okay.
Yeah. Big McDaniel, I'm here. I'm pleasant. I've just eaten a pheasant. He probably has as well, because he drives like a tractor and stuff. And probably found one. Or he probably killed it and then ate it. When a Mac dies, somewhere a PC is born, and a repairman begins to smile very widely. Right. Ralph's completely switched to Scale 75 and War Colours. I haven't tried War Colours. Scale 75's, I need more practice, but I think it's more for individual models for Scale 75. For army painting, at the speed that I need to army paint, they don't cover enough. You need 3 to 4 very thin layers of Scale 75, and it's just not fast enough. But for individual models, you can get so much better pigment and, the colour intensity from that. So, perfect.
Just seeing that, so Phil's response, Magnus uses Apple.
Yeah, Magnus. Yeah, we all know what happened to Magnus. No spoilers, but yeah.
No spoilers.
Every time a Mac dies, a PC gets its bandwidth. How is Scale 75 compared with Vallejo and Sisto? So, I honestly haven't... I mean, I love the Games Workshop paints. I think their bottles are rubbish. Like, I think they should change them to dropper bottles. The old ones, they didn't dry up as much. These ones tend to dry up more. But the paint itself, you cannot... I can't fault it. I absolutely love it. Covers brilliantly. You can paint loads very quickly. You can still blend. Don't have an issue whatsoever. And their colour range is quite expansive. You've got perfect gradations in the colours as well. So GW is my favourite. Vallejo is I found that the paints are... Some of them are hit and miss. Some of them are absolutely amazing. Some of them are a little bit wishy-washy. And overall, they're a bit thinner than the GW paints. For airbrushing, the Vallejo air range is incredible. Like, I've tried putting GW stuff through the airbrush, and it works, and you can thin it and get used to it. But the Vallejo paint, just a bit thinner and squirting it into the pot, and you can go, and they're absolutely amazing. So Vallejo's definitely another one I would recommend. Like I said, I just need more practice with Scale 75, but for now I would recommend Vallejo and Citadel just from myself.
Probably. His army.
Yeah, Army Paint is one. I'm not a massive... I haven't used a huge range, but the stuff I've used, they are quite thin and not a fan of the ones I've got. I've got a yellow to match the spray that I used, but it doesn't go on very well, but it could be because it's yellow. So that's it. Kabam's is saying probably a monetary write-off. Panels cost silly money. And if you've got 3 panels, it's probably going to be a write-off, which sucks. So... Phil's put, Sam, have you considered covering a whole model in that frost effect you've invented? Might look okay. So I painted a zombie and I did purple skin, and I spent a bit of time practicing and blending the purple skin together and stuff. And then I did some mistakes, basically. I used Screaming Bell for the metallic colour and it didn't look very good. So I tried to correct that with Warplock Bronze, and my Warplock Bronze had gone clunky and horrible, and I still pushed through. Then I did the same thing with Runelord Brass, which had the same issue. So the metallic was just destroyed. Then I thought, whatever, we'll just cover it in blood effects and it'll be fine. It's a zombie. So I covered it in blood effects and it just looked rubbish. So I thought, right, we'll see if we can fix this. So I had an idea that they're in frost. It's Frostgrave. It's a frost city or whatever. So I dry brushed the entire model with the blues that I did the base with. I did the base. Then I covered it in the frost effect so it would all crackle and look like frosty and stuff. And it literally looked like a 2-year-old had dipped it in blue, smeared it with PVA glue, and left it overnight. And I just gave it to Phil and said, please, can you strip that and don't talk about it? And so Phil took it, laughed, obviously, because he would have done. And then he was like, I've done a 360 showcase video for it. I'm like, no, you haven't. It's just horrendous. What did you use to make that frost effect? Well, it's on the basing tutorial, but it's called Distress Crackle Paint. Don't use it on your models. Use it on the bases. It's called Clear Rock Candy, and I think the brand is called Ranger. And then again, that's an American one. You can pick up a big tub of this on Amazon for about £7. So worth looking at that. Right. Oh God, why do you skip every time? Russ owns Magnus. Sorry guys, don't be sorry. Russ does own Magnus. Literally owns him. Ian saying Vallejo rules, yeah. Medic uses GW paints for the bottles. I hate dropper. There you go then. So some people do like them. I don't like the bottles. I take them out and put them on a pallet anyway, so it's not a huge issue.
Phil puts all of these in drop bottles.
Yeah, but they tend to get clogged up. It might just because Jack uses them. When Jack's been painting, if you try and use another paint after him, it's like it's exploded. And there's just like paint congealed over everything. Aren't Bolt Citadel paints apart from the lumpy ones? Yeah, literally Ceramite white, Mephiston red, and some of the metallics go lumpy. The rest of them are pretty good. Red Cuffs loves Tamiya. I've never used them, probably because they're enamel, the ones that I've used. Okay, we've done it. We've done it. That was fairly quick fire-ish. Fairly. We've got 50 people watching on Saturday.
Ooh. Hi everyone.
Hello. Oh, I wanted to say as well, Akaya is not pronounced Akaya, it's pronounced Achaya. So we've been pronouncing it wrong for, 8-9 months. Phil's got to go. See you later, Phil.
Bye, Phil.
So it's Achaya, and he's apologised to me. He sent me a message. Stewie, I'm trying to talk.
I think he's going to carry on.
What was I saying? Yeah, so he apologised. He sent me a text or a Facebook message saying, I'm sorry, I can't come on the chat and do my admin thing because I think I broke my ankle. And I'm like, so he's gone into A&E, but he still felt the need to apologise. It's like, it's okay. It's okay, Amit. Like,
I think of all the reasons that he can't be there, that's a totally acceptable one.
Yeah, so let's all channel our healing goodwill or whatever and hope that it's not broken and it's just sprayed. Right. Yeah, Johnson 8 can't be bothered to waste time transferring to droppers either. So much effort to save. Probably not a great deal yet. The old GW screw cap part. Yeah, I hate that one. I like the old flip ones, the really old ones. The coat the arms things. Ralph saying, do you know sources for reasonably priced terrain for AOS? I looked at the GW terrain, but way too expensive. It depends what sort of terrain you're after. If you're after hills and natural-looking structures and pillars and things like that, use styrofoam and cut into it with a hot wire cutter or a knife and shape it and then seal it and paint it up as you would any sort of scenery. So I would generally just say make your own. There is, for a good chunk of scenery, where did we get ours from for the board?
Which farm?
They sent us gaming mats as well. It's gamemat.eu, I think, or gamemat.eu. They do loads of mats, but they do scenery sets, and it's something like £70 or £80, and it's pre-painted, and the scenery is massive. So if you've watched any of our battle reports, check out the size of it. Some of them are huge, aren't they? Like they're like massive, big rocks. We thought they were going to be smaller than they were, and they do a range of different natural rocks. So
did they do that? You know how I've got that mat that literally covers the entire board? Well,
all of them do.
Yeah, that was from that.
Yeah, all of those are from GameMat.eu. We've got another one that's been sent to us from Deep Cut Studio, and it's a really alien, gribbly one. Phil's going to do a review on that, or I will, depending on who gets time. But it's a really nice looking mat, and it's like an alien planet. And Phil's got some alien scenery sent from another company. I think who was the other company? They do really good bases. Anyway, he's done a review on that already. But there's loads of scenery out there. In terms of buildings, I would say the MDF stuff's your cheapest and easiest to get done. And there's loads of different MDF companies out there. I haven't used many other than I've got two from Foreground. They're a little bit more expensive, but they look really good quality. So they were sent to us from Patrick, and I need to get them built for bolt action. But MDF's probably your cheapest option for that.
And generally, if you go to most they're called like those
Conventions.
Events and stuff. Yeah, that's that. There tends to be quite a lot of MDF like places there.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Right. Kiblam's saying, how about all these games we play? Oh, yeah, let's get on to it. Also, Shadespire, has Rachel tried it yet?
I haven't, no. You read the rules though, didn't you?
We should probably try playing that.
Talk me through it.
Now?
Briefly.
No, we haven't got time. I'll build the models and we'll just play some games. Yeah?
Okay.
Because I've got to build the models and play it. It looks good though. So the topic of the show is, are there too many games? And I think, personally, there is.
I think you can never have enough games.
Yeah. And let's go through the positives and the negatives, okay? The pros and the cons. Let's do this.
Okay.
So let's start with the positives. So we've got, let's talk about a little bit more actually. We've got not just games from Games Workshop, but I think Games Workshop alone have got more than enough games for you to spend time on.
Yeah.
So we've got, I mean, as the channel at the moment, we're trying to stay focused on a set amount of games. We don't want to do too much because it waters down the content and we ended up spreading too far and we don't really spend much time on any of them. So as a channel, we've tried to, we've looked at all different types of games. Now I think we're settling on 40k and Sigmar as our main two games. And after that, we're going to be doing more, maybe some smaller periods of games. So we're going to try Frostgrave, which is one of the games that we're going to do, and see how that goes for the channel and see how much we enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Bolt Action, so those two. And then after that, I think we'll probably dabble in things. So Phil's really excited to do Necromunda, and we've got Shadespire.
Yep.
And I think overall, that'll probably be it for the channel that will actually do content on, a decent amount of content. If we do too much, we just can't get the armies painted. 40k and Sigmar alone, they require too much time to get everything built and painted.
Yeah, but then there's some games where you don't have to paint stuff. So like Zombicide, you can play Zombies without it.
Yeah, I mean,
like The Walking Dead.
Yeah. See, I'm thinking
like
channel-wise though, rather than individual. As an individual, it's easier to pick up games, play them, and put them down whenever you want, isn't it? I should have done. Okay, so me personally, because I'm doing it for the channel, it's difficult because I've got to try and, I don't know all the rules anyway, but it's difficult to try and remember all of the rules because as soon as you get something wrong, you know about it online. Whereas if you and me play a game, we can just play, can't we? And I can cheat and you can cheat, and it doesn't make a difference.
I don't think we intentionally cheat.
No, but like accidentally cheat. The amount of times people are still messaging me saying on that last battle report, do you know how many ones Rachel's rolled and still took as hits? I'm like,
I don't know how I do that. I don't know how I look at a dice that's clearly a 1 and sort of go, that must be like a 2 or a 3. Like, what in my brain is sort of happening there that goes, like, I genuinely think it's
I don't know, I think I should. I mean, it's not just you, Phil does it as well.
Yeah.
And I've been
you
watching
know
stuff
it's being
that he's
recorded.
done.
You're clearly not doing it
Mike's
in terms
done it.
of...
Mike definitely doesn't do it on purpose.
I don't know how that even happens.
I think there's only me that really doesn't do it. Maybe I should do it more
weird.
often. Maybe I should just go, oh, there's a 1 there. That's a 6.
That's 6.
Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know how.
So I think,
Yeah, but if you're not doing it from a channel perspective, then there can't be any games because you just play what you want or do what you want, and the more choice, the better.
Okay, so the pros are the dog sneezing right off the bone. Just like, he's literally the rabbit, the dog. So there's loads of games to choose from. So choice is the main thing, isn't it? Straight away,
Yeah.
You've got a choice. You can try games out. You can see what works and what doesn't work, and then you can go with it. So I think choice is a massive thing. Another bonus is it brings more players in. So say like the Game of Thrones game that's coming out. I haven't even looked at it. Peter Hudson just subscribed.
Woo!
Thank you, Peter. I want to turn this off. Got a little jar thing, and it's supposed to, like, something's supposed to fall in it whenever somebody subscribes. It looks like it has had stuff go in it. I should have left that on. I want to see it happen. What was I saying?
You were talking about like word things.
So if people like Game of Thrones but they're not interested in wargaming, it might bring them into the games. It might be a gateway game. Same with what else is there? Walking Dead. People aren't interested in wargaming, but they might be interested in zombies and Walking Dead. They might try out wargaming just for that.
So this is how we're trying to like get Phil's wife gradually got into wargames. We're like, you like The Walking Dead? Let's start with The Walking Dead game.
She was really good at Zombicide though.
Yeah,
She likes Zombicide, so she'll like Walking Dead.
We're a little bit worried that as soon as like a ruler or some kind of measuring device comes out, she might realise our plan and what we're up to.
Yeah. Betrayal. So I think choice, a big jump of a bunch of people that can join in as well. Paul Collier. I'm going to go through the comments, but I'm going to try and read out when people join. So we've got Carl M, Paul Collier, and Big Rich. Welcome to all three of you.
Hey.
Game of Phones. So, any other positives from having loads of games?
Well, you have loads of choice. I don't see how it can be negative.
From painting, you've got the range of different. I mean, miniature games alone, you've got a difference between sci-fi, fantasy, historical. You've got loads of different types of models to paint that you can then try out and see what you enjoy painting. Because I've really, I've struggled, but I've enjoyed doing the historical, the bolt action stuff. Doing those are brilliant. So I wouldn't have done that unless that game was available. So that's pros. Cons, you're saying there's no cons, but I say there is.
I mean, there's the fact that you'll spend all your money on game.
Okay, so yeah.
Or space. No space. Okay, so I've got like the biggest wardrobe ever. Like, it's huge. Like, it's supposed to be for 2 people, and I've sort of shunned Sam into the spare room, so that he can like have that. And I've got like this massive double wardrobe, and it's still not big enough. And it's got all my games like stacked on the top, and I'm running out of space. So every time I buy a new game, I have to think about how can I make space in my wardrobe for it.
Bernard was teasing me with Game of Phones. I was just confused. I was wondering if there was a miniature game called Game of Phones. That's what I'm like. So Rachel, yeah, you've got no space. Money, costs more money for stuff. Space, you do need to store it all. In miniatures, you obviously need to buy your cases, and then you spend money on those. You need to have space to store them. So not everybody's got. I mean, we're in a tiny house, aren't we? So we've got very limited space. Like literally every nook and cranny is like crammed with like board games or miniatures or cases. Well, you're very limited on space sometimes. If you've got a house big enough.
Ah, thanks, Carla.
Haha!
Hey!
Look at that! Cheers, Carl. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And you've proven that thing does work.
Hey!
And you made the
I like
pot
that.
explode.
Oh, that's such a cute little thing.
I know, it's cool, isn't it? Never had it work before.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carl. What was it?
I have no idea what we were saying.
Oh yeah, people can have. So if you've got a lot of space, like if you've got your own garage, like Phil's got a garage and he's got room to stack everything out, and it looks really nice, doesn't it? He's got loads of space for everything. It's not an issue as much, is it?
I'm sure he'd still argue he doesn't have it.
He probably could still fill more space quite easily. So that's one other con. What else have we got? Time. So time, building, painting, designing the armies.
Okay, but this only comes. Okay, so there's loads of games out there where you don't need to like paint stuff. So you look like Magic the Gathering or board games.
That takes up a lot of space, though.
Yeah, it does. But what I'm saying is you don't have to paint stuff. Like Frostgrave, for example, they sort of say you can play with whatever you want. You can play with like a stapler if you want to. You wouldn't let me do that. But you can. You can use like models that you've already got, or you can just go and buy some like ready painted little figures. But I think you put more pressure on yourself than you need to. Yes, for a channel you have to, but like if you were playing personally,
I would still not play with a stapler. Yes, that's just it's just horrendous. It hurts when you say things like that. Time. I think time is the biggest thing that you lose more than anything.
Yeah, but if you're enjoying it, then it's fine.
But
it's time well spent.
What I'm saying is, if you switch from game to game, the problem, we're not talking about the hobby being the bad thing, because the hobby is what we all enjoy, is a hobby. What I'm saying is, if with too many games, the downside is it takes up too much time. So it's great if you're enjoying that, you're getting time well spent. But if you put like 3-day, oh wow, another one.
Thanks,
from Stalker 40k donated it as well. Thank you very much, Stalker. And it's splashed. He's put a splash. Hey, look, there's little things splashing everywhere. That's awesome. Thanks, Stalker. And Stalker only sent me these the other day as well.
That's a cute little message as well. There's a little. Oh, we haven't got the camera up.
Here we are.
There's a little.
It says "Enjoy, mate."
Enjoy, mate.
Because we've got 2 of these.
Oh, it's in reverse.
We've got 2 of these Space Marine Terminator chaplains, and one's for me for the Black Dragons, and one's for a giveaway on the channel, which will be coming up soon. So that's really cool.
That still giveaway? Is that giveaway still going on?
Yeah, well, the one that we're giving away the box sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, end of November. So
Ooh, still got time.
Loads of comments as well. Absolutely loads of comments.
Oh, I need to go back and look through them.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
I do, yeah. I like going through and just be like, Especially when people put like really nice comments as well. Like, oh, I started like painting because I watched this. And...
Rachel's nightly ritual now is not like reading a book or listening to music. It used to be one of those two. Now it's like reading comments on the YouTube videos or just, replying to people. So
yeah. No, I like that. I did like that little giveaway video. I like little comments on their favourite video.
I'm going to have to go through the comments in a minute because there's some good stuff going through. I'm just kind of skipping it so I don't
Let's go for it. Let's
track.
do it.
I just want to finish with any more cons. My problem is I just want more time. I wish I had... What was that TV show where that kid had a watch and he could press it and stop time? Bernard's Watch. So there's a TV show when I was a kid. No, there's a TV show when I was little, and you could press the stopwatch or whatever, and it would stop time, and then you can go and do whatever you want. And literally, I would just stop time and just sit and paint every single army, and then unpause time, and be like, look what I did.
Would you not age though? Was that a thing?
Maybe. He was always a kid, so he never seemed to grow up with that. Could be because he was a TV program. But imagine if it paused and it literally paused your life as well at the same time.
Because presumably if you're still moving, you're still aging.
Yeah, but imagine if it didn't. I mean, it's magical, Rachel. Imagine if it magically stops.
I think we need to think about the reality of this and the mechanics.
The reality
of how
is
it would work.
like pausing time. And if you can time travel, technically you could go back in time somehow.
But if you can only pause time.
What if you could? What if you could do more than just pause time?
Well,
okay, so we need to pause it and rewind time so that you don't die. Imagine that. Like you pause time, you get every single project you've ever wanted done. You unpause it and you just die. You're like, oh, I spent it all in solitude. Anyway, let's go through the chat and see what's going on. So we do need to do Shadespire for definite because I'm interested in doing the deck building. I think we need more.
What is
cards.
Shadespire? Tell me, like,
it's deck building. It's Magic the Gathering with miniatures together. Yes.
Okay,
and we've been playing Magic the Gathering recently.
Dave came round.
Me and Dave played.
So Dave used to live with us, and now, so every now and then he comes and visits during the week. And so he came round, and we all had little commander decks for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, we've never played Commander before, and Dave spent loads of money on like a proper Commander deck, which is like 100 cards, all individual, and he was like ready to beat both of us. And me and Rachel just put cards into a deck and did what best we could. Really. Yeah. And we played every man for himself. And I was beating you and Dave at the same time. And neither of them were fighting each other. Yeah. Neither of them were fighting each other. They were both fighting me. And I managed to kill you and Dave afterwards, didn't I?
Yeah.
And Dave was like, this is ridiculous. We spent all this money and he got beat. So we did 1v1s afterwards and still beat him. But it was good. It was good fun playing Magic. And that game, there is.
That's what I mean. There's minimal.
There's no limit on that because you literally. Yeah. Well, the downside to that is you keep buying cards because there's nothing to stop you. Well, we did 4 years ago.
It's a real addiction. It's a problem.
Because you haven't got like, I've got to paint this and stop. You've got a project that you have to finish painting before you can go on to the next.
And then they constantly bring out new cards as well.
If I had like no barriers, I would just keep up with Magic the Gathering. Quite a good system and refreshing and stuff's quite good. And Commander's brilliant. I think it's much better than the normal.
I like Commander because the problem I have is that I've only got one deck, normal one, and generally you're gonna play pretty much the same game every time. It's all about gaining life, and so it gets quite boring for someone playing me. Whereas Commander, you have 100 cards and you can only ever have one card once, so you can play quite a lot of games and it'll always be quite different because you're bound to get different cards coming up and they'll work together in a way. So it is a really good game. Yeah,
and that's why I'm hoping Shadespire is going to be like because I like the deck building aspect of Magic the Gathering. The problem is, like Rachel just said, if you're playing against somebody with the same deck or a very limited selection of cards, it gets boring really, really quickly. There's only so much you can do with it. So if Games Workshop are going to start releasing like booster packs for Shadespire where you can buy boosters and then change your deck around, that will definitely be a game that we will play. And you get the miniatures as well, and they can be used in Shadespire and they can be used in Age of Sigmar because they have their own separate rule set. Got a splintered. Go ahead. So you can use them in both of them. It's really good. Anyway.
And someone just said they've just started Commander.
Well, let's go through the comments. Let's go through the comments, and then we'll get to that. So we've got Black Hawk Tabletop Gaming. Tamiya is a solvent-based product. Thordelin de Caladai. Awesome name again. I always love his name. Evening or what did I miss? Oh, sorry. This has been a while ago. What have we talked about? Not much really, have we?
No.
We've just been boring
We're just
everybody.
talking rubbish.
Boring everybody on the internet again. We apologise. Ruining everybody's Saturday evening. It's skipped again. Oh, there's loads of stuff I can translate in a minute as well.
Okay, where are we?
Frosty the Snowman, that's the last thing I've seen. Sly Marbo, badass. Sly Marbo's one of the best 40k characters ever. Oh, that's ages ago. Oh, there we go. Here we go. We should use what?
We should really use chat as we're talking.
Yeah, I know. We'll try. We'll get better at this.
Yeah, we can do this.
Surreal's put. Oh, he's doing a summary. Rachel killed a Mac. Stewie's trying to kill Sam, and Sam painted the model like a 4-year-old with a bucket of PVA.
That's quite a good summary.
Yeah. Kablams, as a board game player, I reckon Rachel will love Shadespire. I think you will.
Yeah, I probably would by the sound of that.
Shadespire is a miniature game with deck building to it. Rachel will love it. Yeah.
I like how well people know me.
Yeah. It's impossible to keep up with all the interesting ones, so others fall to the side. I mean, that's the other thing. There's so many different... I mean, not even looking at GW and Warlord, which is the two that I've been focused on. There's tons of different miniature games out there. There's, Rob Alderman, locally. Yeah. He started doing... he's got hysterical games, so he does like a Weird War 2. He's got like World War 2 background, but with orcs and dwarves and... what they call it, hobbit sort of things. He's got all these mystical, like, fantasy creatures representing the races in a World War II setting. And he's done an epic version of that that's coming out soon. So that's his new game. I mean, that's just two games that Rob's got with hysterical games. You've got Mark, who's got Wordforge games. And he's got Devil's Run and Devil's Run Reaper's Revenge. He's got the Solar Knights Solar Crusade, which is coming out soon. D-Day Dot.
Oh, that's good.
You've got all these different games. I mean, that's just two companies that are local to us. You've got hundreds all over the world, and you literally don't have time to look at all of them.
My issue is starting a new game, because it takes quite a while to learn the rules, figure out how to play it, and you've got to sit down and go through it. So I've got 2 games that I bought a long time ago, and still haven't actually opened them to have a look at how to play them. So one of them is I still haven't started Pandemic Legacy.
Phil bought that today.
Did he?
Yeah, he went. He's up in Chesterfield at the minute, seeing family, and he went and bought Pandemic Legacy, even though I told him you had it at Christmas. So we've got 2 copies.
He's probably got fed up with waiting for me to open it.
We've got 2 copies of Pandemic Legacy now. I'm just going to quickly put Nard coat on it.
So there's that, and then I bought one from Mark, and it's to do with Mars or something. So we were looking at, you can go on a website and people have rated board games, and they've said, they give them a star rating system, so you can see the top 10, things like that. And one was this Mars game, and I can't remember exactly what it's called. But yeah, I haven't even had to do that. But part of it as well is you don't particularly like it, do you? And obviously just the 2 of us can't.
Yes, the 2.
We can't really play.
That's
play
what this show should have been called.
So yeah, just having obviously there's plenty of people we can play games with, but a lot of people are quite busy. There's all that really. Kind of getting everyone together to do it. But obviously that cabin holiday that we've got with the Pinks and with Dave, that should be basically take all the board games. So I think
Tiger, just come in. Look, hi, I don't know what you're talking about. Board games.
Yes.
Tigery gamer, not video games. Although we do dabble in video games. Sean Blake plays a Mill Commander deck open to play.
Oh, I bet it would be actually.
You don't like playing against my Mill deck, do you? Right,
no,
let's get
really
through some more comments. So John Snater says, I'd be interested to see Frostgrave as a change from GW. So definitely. I mean, this...
We're working on it.
Other than the zombie, this is the last... Why is my camera not going on? What?
There it is. It's fine.
Not like much is going on. Frostgrave is definitely going to be done because I've pretty much done now. We're just waiting on everybody else.
Well, I think Pink's pretty much done his as well.
Mm-hmm.
So then we've just got the board to do, and you just need to make my board.
Sean Blake joined, but that was earlier. Welcome, Sean. Red Cuss is eating leftover curry with paella rice. I'm so hungry. You've eaten.
I know, but that sounds delicious.
I need to eat something soon. With Stella as well. Sounds like a good night, Red.
It really does.
Andrew Begg saying, I think it depends on the play group. If a group has to always play the new thing, then you end up always buying new things and only playing each thing once or twice, speaking from experience.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like
That's
doing.
fair.
A 1 is a 6 just upside down. Good point, Ralph. Good point. Clams Frostgrave is going to be a lot of fun to watch you guys play. It is, because I'm going to be killing everybody. And Rachel and Pink are all going to be collecting treasure.
Yeah, so
we've got different goals.
Yeah, we've realised we've already got to the point where we've like picked our majors and our schools and that kind of thing. So me and Pink have gone quite tactical and gone for things where you can sort of sneak around and, you know, make fake treasure, things like that. And then, so, you know, so you can grab treasure and just run. And then Sam's basically just gone for none of that, and all of his is just like killy spells, and so I think he's just going to be trying to take one out.
Well, Pink said, like, the game is basically, it's about collecting treasure. You don't have to kill anything. You can literally avoid any enemies. You can avoid the NPCs. You can avoid the other characters. You pick up the treasure and you get out and you win the game. And that's how you advance your warband and stuff.
You can do that, but you don't have to.
So Pink was like, that's how you play Frostgrave. And I was like, but can you kill stuff? And he was like, yes, you can. I was like, cool, that's all I'm doing. I'm not bothered about treasure, because it doesn't really matter about treasure in my eyes. So I've picked spells where I can sacrifice my own life to kill other wizards. And all I'm going to do in the campaign is hopefully hamper everybody else's wizards. So whichever person decides to look at me funny, I'll just aim to kill them every single game. And that's all I'm going to do. And I've got a, a zombie. So the way that it works is normally... one of my spells is I can drain the life of one of my warband members. And if you do that, even if you don't kill the warband member, I drain their life, so I get health back. But that warband member will just leave the warband. He's had enough and he legs it. But with a zombie, I can drain the life from the zombie dies or leaves, and then I resurrect him again in the next turn. So I've effectively got an unlimited life pool as long as I can resurrect and drain this zombies thing. So that's my thinking is, because I have to sacrifice a portion of my life to kill the enemy wizards, I want to basically sacrifice my own life really low, kill somebody, and then heal myself back up again by killing my zombie over and over again. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
probably won't
it'll be
work.
interesting. The same that I was like that when we played Dominion. So when you play Dominion, you've got the option of you can either like build up money or you can do some other stuff. I can't remember. I've played for a while. But one of the things you can do is go full attack and just try and keep wiping everyone out, sort of thing, or stealing from them or something like that. So I tried that, and that wasn't that successful. That did not work.
Well, you've just got different takes on the game, man. You're very tactical, and I'm very killy.
Yeah.
Like Civilization, we play that fairly often, as often as we can.
Oh, I want to play that now.
And Rachel does like the science route, and I just kill. I don't care about winning the game. You can't win on science.
You can win on science.
Like, even if you win on science, it's not a win, because you're playing a game where you're supposed to destroy the other civilizations. Anyway, let's keep going. Big Rich, welcome Big Rich. Paul Collier, I think we've got to the bit where everyone was joining, so let's keep going. I'm going to try and quickfire this. A hidden bonus to playing different types of games is that you can use different prep. Use the different prep as a break from each other. E.g. using deck building and Shadespire as a break from painting burnout. That's another bonus, actually.
That's true.
And that's a bonus for switching games, because I've been doing the bolt action. It's nice to have a break now and do 40k. Then it will be a good break to switch and do Age of Sigmar again. So that is true as well. It's a good point. Mark Burgess, welcome, Mark. From a while ago. Have you ever used Army paints before? Used their spray cans? I use the spray cans. I don't use the normal paints. I don't really like them. I've got the colour matched version, so I'm doing a flesh spray for the dwarves, and I've got the colour matched pot of paint for that. And I've done the yellow in the past, but I wouldn't choose Army paints over the others. That's just from the ones I've used in the past. Carl saying, not my pleasure. I think that's from the donation earlier, so thank you again for that, Carl. Bernard Miller, you have plenty of coverage, folks, and you cover the necessary topic. Well, thank you, Bernard.
Ah, thanks.
The guy who pays for my Warhammer has over 300 board games, including Descent and all the expansions.
Wow.
Sean saying my Magic the Gathering collection could fill a small apartment, wall to wall. You know how easy that
sounds
is.
about right. Well, the thing, yeah, you do. You just keep buying. As soon as new cards come out, you want to buy the boosters. And okay, so Sam and Dave have a problem. So both of them seem to have this thing where opening boosters is like Christmas for them. So they'll buy like 30 boosters in one go, and they'll both of them will just sit there on the floor, just like ripping them to pieces and getting really giddy over it.
That's what
and I think that's the problem. That's where it goes.
If I had the money to just basically buy booster packs, I would do it. But unfortunately, food and bills come up first. But
see, I'm a little bit more sensible. I build the deck that I want, and then I just go online and buy those specific cards.
I like the excitement.
Need.
That's why I'm hoping, in a way, that Shadespire doesn't have booster packs. Because if it does, it's dangerous. Yeah, you're screwed. So, well, let's just hope. Medic. If you're just in it for the game, then you can build and slap on some paint quite quickly. That's true. Yeah, that's what you
That's
want
what
to
I
do.
do. Yeah.
Bernard's saying it's all about building and painting. Playing is a side benefit. That's exactly that's the way I see it. I'm not as gaming. I prefer Magic the Gathering and those sorts of games. Big playing games. That's what I enjoy doing. The hobby side of Warhammer for me is the building, converting, and painting side, and reading the background and that sort of stuff. That's what I enjoy.
So between the two of us, we do make the whole hobby.
Yes. Orc Boys bought Dark Imperium, Shadespire, and Necromunda just for the figures to paint. It's not a bad thing to do either, because the models are amazing. Big Rich, sorry being away from live show due to working overtime for Christmas. Not a problem, Rich. Yeah. Nice to have you back on the show from as often as you can, basically. And it's good to have a break from work as well. Don Snater, building is my main love, painting second, playing occasionally comes in last again. Similar.
I do tend to find that there is it's kind of one or the other. I haven't really found many people that go, I love painting and I love playing. Most people do
Phil
have...
does that.
Oh, I suppose he does actually, yeah. But generally, I think the consensus is you either love painting or you love gaming.
Furious George, I must be the same age as Sam because I remember that show too. I'm 29. I think I'm 29?
Yeah.
29. 30 next year.
I'm going to throw you a massive surprise.
I really don't want to put a surprise party.
One of our friends, he just turned 13. His girlfriend this massive surprise party for him. And we were all there and shouting surprise. And the very next thing Sam said to me is, you better not do this for mine.
Don't even think about
it. Yes.
Plenty of things you can do for 30th. I'm not really that big on birthdays anyway, though, am I? So I don't normally do much. We normally just have a takeaway and watch a film.
Yeah.
That's a good birthday. Right. Kiblams remembers Bernard's watch.
Whereas I have a birth weekend. Or a week.
So Black Hawk Tabletop Gaming says, are you going to do any Shadespire painting tutorials? I can definitely do it, yeah. I'll be doing the Stormcast for the Stormcast Army for Age of Sigmar, so I'll do some painting tutorials on those for definite. The thing is, Games Workshop's covered the painting tutorials anyway, so I try to do stuff that isn't already out there. But I can definitely do an alternative colour scheme. Surreal, no. Magic the Gathering. Bernard Miller, Sam, I time travel all the time. Well, how does it work with aging? Does it stop the aging process? We need to know.
I don't think it can.
Okay. Bernard, who doesn't or has played Magic the Gathering or X-Wing 2? Only played Magic the Gathering and I've not played X-Wing because that would be another one that would spend loads on. And you guys should get X-Mage. It's Magic Online free.
Ooh. That does sound.
Yeah, buy that. Oh no, don't skip on me. Why did it have to skip? I think we're here.
You can do it,
Stopped Magic the Gathering after Mirage. A set every 3 months was too hard on the wallet. Now I'm out too long to
get
back
into it. Do they really do
it.
every 3 months? I thought they do it every year.
No, every 3 months.
Ooh. Yeah.
Carl, any chance there'll be a tutorial on that painting that Terminator chaplain you were just holding up? Definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely do one for that, Carl. And the thing is, I was saying to Stalker, I was basically deciding whether to convert it to do the Black Dragon army, because my Black Dragons are all Primaris. And he's quite a big guy anyway, so he would fit in the Primaris army without converting. And I don't know what I could do to change him up, but I am tempted to just make him unique and at least make him a Black Dragon version, but I'll definitely paint him up. And I've got to do the Owl. I need to do Owl the Ancient for my Primaris army as well. I've got to convert that model too.
You've been doing a couple of you've been doing a lot of painting recently, haven't you? I think you have been doing tutorials.
Some of them went wrong, so they're not going to go up. But like
Sounds like that zombie.
yeah. I
Can
filmed
you
the
show us
zombie.
how not to do the zombie?
No, I deleted the footage. That was a waste of time, but never mind. Cody, now I just got here in time, but I hope that the community doesn't start complaining about too many games until Adeptus Titanicus comes out. It's the only one I want to play. I think everybody's going to try Adeptus Titanicus, Cody. I wouldn't worry about it. I think there's a lot of people waiting for it.
What is it? Who does?
It's Epic, the old Epic. So imagine 40k, but in like a smaller scale, like a 10mm scale, I think it was. So you had Titans that were like that big.
Little baby
Yeah,
Titan.
but you could do full scale armies and big battles. You probably like it because it's less about the painting and more about the armies, and you just quickly paint stuff. Kablam's 31 universal cards in each Shadespire faction box. So there's a few, there's 31 cards in each faction. That's not bad. It's going to be.
They'll probably bring out more.
The problem is I'll have to buy every faction box just to get the cards. Tigery Gamer, we've got to that bit. John Snater, not long ago, Dark Souls. Got Dark Souls, no idea who I'll ever play with it, but as my favourite game, it was a must-have for me. I love the video games. I bought a PS3
I was going to say, I
just
didn't know there was anything other than a video.
Yeah, I bought a PS3 just to play. What was it called? The original Dark Souls. Dead. It was one of my favourite games.
I can't remember mine.
The original version of Dark Souls, and then I played Dark Souls as well. I absolutely loved 1 and 2. Didn't really like 3 too much. Love Pandemic. There's Glams. Will you paint the Shadespire minis on the bases or not? Depends on whether I'm going to be doing. I probably won't because I'll do all the bases for the Stormcast army as a whole. But I could paint the bases separately anyway. Yeah, Furious George, my biggest issue with starting a new game is finding other players. That's what you get for living in the middle of nowhere. It's easier when you've got like a wife that will play it, or like if you've got a local gaming group that are open to playing new stuff.
Yeah, I mean we could use like the game.
Yeah. Coleman, I've got it easy. All I'm interested in is dwarves in AOS. I'm practically here for the community fun and painting tips only. That's fair enough, Cole. Phil's doing his dwarf soon, and I've got my Fire Slayer, so there's going to be a lot of dwarves on the way. Not normal dwarves, though. Not like your Iron Breakers and your Longbeards and all of those. They're really nice as well. Time Slayer 3. I received Kingdom Death Monster. I must say it's my favourite game. But you have to like being slaughtered. I don't like being slaughtered. Kingdom Death, I think I've got some nice models. If it's the one I'm thinking of. And the Orc Boy is saying, I don't normally paint minis on base, but I have with Shadespire as they're sculpted to the figures. At least the skeletons are. I might have to chop them off them. Have a look. Just picked up Storm of Sigmar to give it a try. Yeah, you will, and you will enjoy it. Guaranteed. Writer Sophie Stevens. Welcome, Sophie. Sean, I would love to play against your mill played. I would love to play against your mill played competitive Magic for 4 years. Come at me, bro. You'll beat me. You played for 4 years. I've got stuff that I made 4 years ago, and that's what I'm still using now. So I don't really have.
I'm not sure. It's probably not legal anymore, though, is it?
Modern, I think it's fine. Modern is all good, yeah. But I'll definitely play in the game though, Sean. Yeah. If you're ever in England, or if I'm in America or Canada or wherever, I forget where you're from. I think it might be Canada. In my head. No, I think it is America. I forget. But if we ever cross paths, I will let you beat me. I won't let you. You'll quite easily beat me. Sean, stop. Bernard doesn't like the Magic the Gathering talk. Kablams, you will have the poorest warband ever in Frostgrave. That's fine. Money's not an issue. I don't really mind. I'm just there to disrupt. Magic is heresy.
You do realise, though, like, as we get more treasure and gold, then we'll end up just completely, like, levelling up.
I'll just walk out of the campaign. What scale is Bolt Action? I think it's 28mm, but it's true scale 28mm. So they are smaller than Games Workshop models. Nice, though. Really nice model. Writer Sophie Stevens. Price and limited nature of it was a tad painful. That's Kingdom of Death, I think. Luckily, I had a wage bonus to blow at the time, so more miniatures. Andrew Begg, no, buy singles, not boosters. Yeah, that's what you do. It's the best way to do it.
Although, I built a deck quite recently, and the problem is I'd accidentally chosen, obviously, all the really amazing stuff. So then when I went to go and see how much they cost, I think it was a lot. there was some for like £10 a card. I was like, I might have to rethink this deck. So it doesn't always work, unfortunately.
I'm going to try and do a quick fire because we're getting. What keeps this is from Marius Mikkelsen. I like that. What keeps you playing a board game over and over? Marvel, Legendary, and Smash Ups are hit here. I think the vast random variations keep them feeling fresh and simple rules with clever depth. I think it has to be the replayability of games for me to want to play them again and again. Like, you're quite happy to play Game of Life, Monopoly, and stuff over and over, but for me, I get bored if it's the same thing. So there has to be variation. And like chess, I quite like playing chess. Although you beat me every single game.
You're not very good at chess.
I'm not very good at it, but I like chess. So
I think you like the fact as well that there's not really any luck involved. It's all skill.
I like skill-based.
Because you get annoyed with your terrible dice rolling.
Yes, and that's why I like Magic to a point for the gaming side of things because you can build your deck in a certain way. You pick stuff that synergizes well together. Whereas a lot of the time with board games and anything like that, it's all based on luck a lot of the time. It's too much on luck and not enough on skill. So that's why I get a bit salty. Right. There's a Chaya. Being a Chaya, talking about bras. Wonderful Chaya. I hope you're well, Chaya. Blams is a big fan of Marvel Legendary. I've never even seen it, to be fair. Not loads, and we're getting towards the... Right, indeed, it is very costly, blah, 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 not all that. Yeah.
Not to actually read it.
Not that impressive if you can't buy 90% of the models, just because there's a lot of models in the...
Which games?
That was the Kingdom Death, I think. Bernard Miller, sometimes your show comes on before I come home from work and I miss it a lot. I'm off today and that's why I'm here. Well, this is why we're trying to do the weekend as well, so we can do the Saturday show. Phil's got his Monday show, and then we can try and do the Wednesday shows with guests as often as possible. So we've kind of got almost 2 to 3 shows a week for live, and then everything else in between. So we try and do the rest in between. Games Workshop may have their own tutorials, but they sorely lack the personality that you're. That's nice, Carl. Yeah, okay.
Nice
well, we'll definitely be doing, and we're trying to do more. Well, I'm trying to do more on YouTube anyway, because a lot of our tutorials are on the premium part of the website, and even other people have said you've got a lot on your YouTube, but it's generally chats and the odd battle report and stuff. And I'm thinking, yeah, actually, all of the tutorials that we do are on the website, aren't they?
Yeah.
So we've only got quick bits on the YouTube side of things. And I think I've done 3 full tutorials on YouTube and that's it.
Well, there was quite a few people that for their favourite video.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I should do some more of the premium style videos on YouTube if people like them. Because
well, you could always start putting more painting tutorials on YouTube, but then maybe not put as many, say, battle reports on that.
Mix up content a bit.
Yeah.
Because I do spend a lot of time doing the tutorials, and there's not as many on YouTube.
People can hear Stewie running around.
Yeah, Stewie's like under my feet at the moment. He's glaring at me. He's like, "Stop streaming."
He's lovely.
Stop streaming, father. Right, let's keep going. Made a judgment call. This is a Chaya. 4 hours equals in A&E or stay in painkillers and dominoes. Went for the latter.
Well, that was definitely the
Dominoes.
right choice. Yeah. Oh.
That's harsh. Chaya. I keep saying Akaya.
That's it. It's in your head now.
Bye to Sophie Stevens. Just realised I need to finish off my 100-ish Skaven before I can make room for Kingdom Death. That's why you shouldn't play Horde armies, because you can never move on. Carl, RE, possible tutorial on the Chaplain tanks. No problem, Carl. Definitely. Remind me I've got to do a tutorial on that one.
I'm not going to remember.
And I'll try and do that from YouTube as well. Although I've done a Black Dragon tutorial on YouTube, maybe.
Maybe that one.
Sneblock, woohoo, back in time. Hey, Sneblock. A load of people talking to each other. Johnny Rockstar's got a shelf of shame. The best way to do it. It's not.
What is that then? Unpainted stuff?
Yeah.
Ah.
I've got a wardrobe of shame. Speaking of Magic, when are we going to see the return of Magic Mike? We are missing his bandage head and eye patch microphone.
We don't know when he's going to be back.
He's pretty much gone to gaming now, I think, or computer gaming. He's very difficult to contact.
He's moved away from the hobby a little.
Yeah, so maybe might be a bit unfortunately. Say what? Epic is coming back. Yes, it is, Snowblock. Right. Okay, the Shadespire cards are numbered, and there's supposed to be 437 different ones. Wow, I didn't know there was that many.
That's quite a lot.
I think we're sold then.
That's not a good thing.
We are sold. You'll see me at a Shadespire tournament soon, I imagine. Getting beat.
We should try a magic one.
Yeah.
Even just like a logo.
Derpimus Maximus. I'm not normally one for praying, but if you're up there, help me, Superman. Bernard, writer Sophie, breathe in deep and slowly exhale. Now project.
Does anyone know when the Epic will be released?
I think it's supposed to be like Q2 next year, so like June, between March and June, I think. That's a Sam guesstimate. Isn't Sam 15 minutes behind the chat at this point?
Oh.
Maybe.
You always tell me up.
What's the bases? The bases have the feet of the Shadespire minis. Not all of them, though. Okay. Start the timer and find out. Find out if anyone's started the timer. Gamer Purist George. Wanted. Gamer wife. Must play 40k, but not Necron. Board gamers will get preference. Apply with it. That's brilliant. Kablams. Without money, you won't be able to replace dead soldiers, Sam. You will just end up with your wizard. That's fine. That's how my wizard would play it. He's a necromancer, so he's probably a loner. Like me.
Good luck.
If you enjoy, this is from Thordlin. If you like opening dice booster packs, play Dice Masters.
Oh, we got sucked into that already.
We tried that. Sean Blake, I'm going to send you a deck list if that's cool. Yes. We haven't got money to spend on Magic, but
we can look at it though.
We can look. Yeah, we're looking at Magic. It's not
the same.
It's not the same as opening all of the stuff. Painting quick tips would be great. That's from Black Hawk. Well, we'll try and do more quick tips. I'll definitely try and do more of those. More profanity for Pink. Yeah, we'll get Pink on more.
He is terrible.
Since you're correcting yourself with respect to names, my last name is pronounced Bile, but spelled Beale. Thank you. Oh, okay. Scott Bile. I'll try and remember that one.
It's going to be so hard to remember all of these
I know.
now.
I apologise if I get that wrong, because I've got it in my head now that certain names are pronounced the way that I've done them wrong for so long. So, Scott Bile.
Oh, apparently you're only 7 to 9 minutes.
Nice. And we're at the end of the chat. We're done.
Excellent. Proud of you.
So, this evening I've managed to put a gloss varnish on a base. Didn't really do much hobby, did I?
Not really.
Well,
there wasn't a hobby. Is it a hobby hangout?
Kind of thought
it's
I was
Saturday
going to get
night with Sam.
done.
There's no need to hobby.
Yeah, that's true. We'll just sit and chat every Saturday now instead. I need to try and just do nothing, yeah. And then you'll turn up whenever you can as well on these.
Yeah.
Because weekends are alright for you, aren't they? So
weekends are better.
If people want to see more of Rachel on the weekend with me, let us know. If people just want me, let us know.
I'd be so mean.
I know. It's because I know people also that want you rather than me.
I don't think they will.
Sam, Rachel, don't play Magic the Gathering. Paper crack causes financial mistakes to be made. This is very true.
It is paper crack.
Most, but most English profanity isn't profanity in the US.
That's true.
Yes, it's true. But it's still profanity to us, so that counts.
We're too polite.
Bernard's saying they brought up. So we've talked about the bonuses, the pros and the cons of miniatures in wargaming.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a good chat tonight. Been an hour and 20 minutes.
Phil's back.
Phil's back now. Been an hour and 20 minutes.
Hi, Phil.
We've done good, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think we'll probably leave it at that, won't we? Because we're going to go and probably watch a film, I think.
I thought we were going to go pick one.
I've done loads of painting today, so I'm kind of all sat down and painted up. I'm gonna finish
that's
the
amazing. I've just seen beer tasting with Rachel. That sounds like a good plan.
See, what if we just want Rachel? You can just have Rachel. I will set up.
I don't know, honestly. Me on my own, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd just start talking utter rubbish. There'd be no wargaming. It would be like I don't even know what I'd cover. It'd probably be like food and drink.
Random Rachel. Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be no structure. Wouldn't be able to keep up with the chat either.
And then we'd get people complaining saying, this isn't a Wargaming channel. Maybe we would have to... Oh, stalker. I'm on World of Warcraft. I've been watching videos all night on Warcraft. I can't go back, but I really want to.
When's the classic bit?
I think it's out now.
Is it?
I wouldn't play classic anyway. It's too... It's good as a nostalgia sort of thing, but current Warcraft is where it's at.
I'm surprised you saying that, because
Why?
you normally complain that the current one's too easy.
No, it is easy, but it's good for casual. If I played old Warcraft, I would have 0 life. If I played current Warcraft, I'd have 1% life.
I'm
so
surprised you haven't tried to convince Pink to go back.
Pink's the most uncommitted person I know.
Oh yeah, he is. He's like, oh, we should totally do this. He's been quite good with Frostgrave, to be fair to him. He's the one that's been driving it along.
Yeah.
But things like Fortnite, we started playing with him.
1 game,
Civ,
2 games.
Yeah. Path of Exile.
Yeah. Yeah, he's rubbish.
He's busy.
Oh, Classic WoW is still years off, apparently.
Really?
I thought I saw people playing it today. It was showing you on the actual servers. That's rubbish. Well, I'm not going to play anyway. WoW is cocaine. Yes, it is. WoW 13th anniversary coming up. Yep. It's been 2 years since I played Warcraft, and it's been a long time playing it. So it is like an addiction, actually.
Why is everyone saying that Phil's got crumbs in his beard? I don't get it.
I think they're just joking.
Someone said that they want a Stewie stream. That would be amazing. If he'd actually let me pick him up, I'd like sort of put him on camera.
Yeah. Because he'd eat you and then he'd eat me because you picked him up.
Yeah, he tolerates it to go to the vet. But I feel bad because he clearly doesn't like it.
Okay, so we're done for this Saturday. Thank you everybody who has joined us. It's been a good one. I've enjoyed it. I think we'll have I have a question. What?
BL5 what? I don't know.
Don't know what that means.
What does something mean? We don't know. I don't know where it's from.
Can't figure it out either. With Rachel, at least you won't get PVA paint tutorials. Rachel's
You won't get any tutorials.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people saying don't play WoW. They'd never go back to it and that sort of thing. I think a lot of people have had a similar experience to use them.
What?
Where they've realised that they gave their life away. But then we did that with Ark, and then I tried to get everyone back on it again. What's it called, Ark Survival or something like that? It's the one with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's play it again. And pretty much everyone's response was, I don't think I'm ready for that sort of commitment in my life again. Because it was, we got quite into that, didn't we? I think we'd pretty much come home from work and be playing it until like 2 in the morning and go to work. You'd have to have caffeine the whole day to get through it.
Yeah. I think I saw a picture, and I posted it on my Facebook saying it was something that was like, thanks Warcraft, or thanks Blizzard, I wasted my teenage years with your game, now I'm going to I ruined my teenage years with your game, now I'm going to ruin my 30s. And it couldn't be truer for me. It's literally my teenage years have ruined by Warcraft. I say ruined, I learned a lot from it. And then the 30s are next year onwards, so it could potentially be that. We've got a few last...
Phil's just said, as in the swear word.
I'm confused.
It's just an exclamation of annoyance. Solo Rachel videos dealing with a hobby husband.
You could do that. You could do a video about that. Although it's not that bad, is it? I'm not that.
No, it's fine.
You say that now on camera. Red Cups, hang on, girlfriend question coming up. My girlfriend won't do anything 40k.
To be honest, 40k was probably the last thing I got interested in. Fantasy was a lot easier for me. But 40k is quite simple now, so I quite like playing. This morning I got my 20th level, 110. Wow.
I only had 2 110s because I only played Legion for like a month. So I got 2 110s, and then I think I've got 10 hundreds, and that's it. That was too much for me. That was on one server, and then I've got all the others on different servers. Where did my makeup brushes go?
Yes!
I just can't
stick
the new WoW game. I've been waiting on Classic since Wrath of the Lich King. Rachel for Prez.
Well, I am the CEO, so.
Yeah. But she loves it when her SimCity game goes to war. How do I get to realise 40k is the thing to do? You love games like that, don't you? Like Sims and SimCity, and
Yeah.
it's just the next thing for you. For every like we get, I will pester Sam for a Sunday morning show. Sunshine Sundays with Stewie. And Johnny's only interested
he's
in
probably
Jane
chilling.
Sean Blake, Rachel do decks for Magic the Gathering.
That'd be quite. Actually, there's a couple of topics they could do that'd be mildly. We could argue that they're sort of hobby related.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you get a girlfriend into 40k? Like that sort of thing. The problem is it's a computer game though. That's your difficulty. As soon as you start bringing out the little models, she's going to be straight on. Yeah. You need a middle ground, don't you?
You need to trap her.
What's the middle?
A gateway
ground?
game. It's finding something like
you
Walking Dead or
gateway.
Game of Thrones that they like, and then playing the gateway game for that.
Maybe start on like a card game. That's a bit
for
like...
you. If you like Magic, don't you? If I say Shadespire, let's try Shadespire. That's in between miniatures and card games, so you might like that. And then the next thing would be board game.
Yeah, I tried the card game.
And also finding out what they like as well, because you like the gaming aspect of the hobby, but not painting. So for me, it's like, okay, I'll do all of the miniature and hobby side, and you just play games, and that works for you, doesn't it?
Or you could just play SimCity with them.
Depends how much you want to put into getting them involved. Like, it was great at the time, and now I've got twice as many armies to paint. So.
Yeah, you were like, yes, she's into the hobby, and then I'm like, here's all my army. Like, oh.
Ralph, how do I get my wife interested? It'd be nice to spend more time with her that way. Yeah, again, same thing really. Find out what she would enjoy in the hobby, whether it would be painting or gaming or what type of game she would enjoy doing, and just buy it and go from there. That's probably my advice.
Yeah.
And not be pushy. Like, I think, I've seen plenty of people saying, I tried to get my wife to do this, and it's like, if they don't want to do that, they won't do it. Like, if I got you to paint, you're not interested. You've done painting,
I've
but
tried it. It's
on
not
your
for
own
me.
accords. I haven't sat you down and said paint.
Yeah.
And I know that you don't like it, so there's no point worrying about it.
Yeah. So Kablams is what I've played war games with my wife. She just never gets into them properly.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And I probably wouldn't get into the gaming side.
Yeah, you're
as
not big
much.
on. I guess maybe not do war games and maybe just do like Monopoly and the Game of Life. Yeah, he's put board games, but it's fine though. There you go then. Board games it is.
Mm-hmm.
Warhammer romance novels. Oh, that'd be so weird.
Some of the novels are romantic. Some of the heresy ones.
Yeah, probably not my key.
Sarah wants to play Pandemic Legacy for the channel.
Yay! Yeah, we could do that. That'd be awesome. I really want to get Sarah on the channel.
Yeah.
She keeps saying that
Can't swear though.
Yeah, she's got a potty mouth.
You think Pink's bad? Sarah's worse.
She is hilarious though. I'd love to get Sarah on the channel.
Yeah. Sean, League streams, new rooms. Are we on about League of Legends now? That was an addiction that me and Mike got.
Total War Warcraft is a gateway today. Oh, that's one way of doing it actually. You could, if your missus or your girlfriend or whatever likes computer games or boyfriend, we're all about peace here. But yeah, whoever it is, if they like computer games, then you could do the Total War stuff. What's the Sigmar one and the 40k one? What?
Warhammer, Total War Warhammer. It's not even Sigmar. It's before they destroyed the world.
Okay, so there's Warhammer, Total War,
and Dawn of War.
That's it. I'd probably start them off on that.
Shadespire deck building with Rachel and how to beat Sam.
Yeah.
I'll show you Shadespire and then you can beat me at it.
Yeah. But yeah, start them out on the computer games. Then if they get bought into the story, they might start playing the
Try it. Forget how do you get a girlfriend into the hobby? How do you get a girlfriend? Let's walk before we run. I don't know how Achoya hasn't got a partner.
I've missed Achoya. That's hilarious. He's on our sort of Facebook little group messenger thing that we've got, and I can't remember what he said, but he kept talking about my sister, and it got to the point where he's like, I'm actually just doing this because I know it annoys her.
It is funny. I do like Achoya a lot.
He is hilarious.
Bernard, okay, I'll buy Shadespire.
We should get commission.
Johnny, Hero Quest. Hero Quest was good as well. And then surreal. And then the Emperor took Horace into his arms. There, Horace. The minis are great, says Orc Boys. Yeah, and they definitely are.
Wasn't the Van
Von Carstein's novels meant to be romantic, as in the absolutely dedicated relationship between Vlad and Isabella? Yeah. I mean, you can't get much more romantic than they will kill the world to stay together.
Aww.
The two vampires. So it's the Von Carstein family. They were awesome. I love the Carstein family.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. It sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, there was the younger one. He's currently in what's his name? Oh, days. He's in Age of Sigmar now. Not Vlad, because Vlad's not in it, but what is his name? Manfred. So I think it was Manfred. It was a book I read called Sigmar's Blood. And basically, Vlad was out of the limelight, and the other one was like, "I'm going to take up the Carstein family name, and I'm going to be the best one. Like, I'm going to be the number one." But they're all trying to beat each other at being the best vampires. Yeah, and there's all different bloodlines. There was. They kind of got rid of. I'm hoping they bring bloodlines back into Age of Sigmar.
So I've just seen Phil's comment. It's saying, Amit, Sarah has a girls' party when you are down.
There you go.
Oh, she should. She should do that. My wife likes Bugman's Bar, and that's about it. So that's just the bar at Warhammer.
That's still a gateway, though. I mean, Bugman's Bar is next to the gaming hall, so it's very close. It's not.
I like that they've done that though, because you can just sort of leave your girlfriend or whoever in the bar, whilst you just go and have fun.
Oh, that was it. Conrad and Manfred. It was Manfred that's currently in Age of Sigmar, but Conrad isn't.
Okay, should we wrap this up?
Yeah. You want to go play Magic, don't you?
I kind of do.
And I need to eat some food. I need to pick a tin. Which I'm annoyed because Dave ate my last macaroni cheese.
Yeah, we didn't really feed him very well, did we? I felt really bad. He's like, yeah, I've come on this way to go and see you. We're like, have a tin of mac and cheese. And like, this guy's a chef, so he wasn't impressed.
Yeah. Conrad being the crazy murderous one and Manfred doing magic and stuff and Vlad being in between. I thought Manfred was the crazy, wacky one. Might be getting. Acharya, why didn't you tell me earlier? I need to go to the gym. Look like Schwarzenegger from Twins. At the moment, I look like Danny DeVito. Just be yourself, Acharya, and that's all you need. Bugman's Bar for wives is like a stool next to the dressing room for guys.
Yes. That's
when we went to Warhammer World, you basically sat in Bugman's Bar drinking, didn't you?
We played games as well.
Yeah.
Acharya brought a wizard spell game. I can't remember what it's called now, but that was really fun. So we all just sat and played that while Sam and Phil played their game.
Okay, might want to skip leg day for a while there. Big Rich. Hey, been reading the Horus Heresy series. Up to book 4, The Flight of the Eisenstein. So cool so far, this book. Great. Yeah, I mean, the first 5 books are amazing, Rich. The Fulgrim is probably one of my favourites until it gets to a certain bit, and you'll know which bit it gets to, and it just gets weird. But it's a brilliant book. When you've read the first 5, you can pretty much go wherever you want after that. You don't necessarily have to do them in order. You can just pick whatever you're interested in. If you're after a certain legion, just pick the books that go with that. Otherwise, there's like 40 books to get through, so it takes a long time. So I was doing Space Wolves, so I picked those and read them. And I liked the Word Bearer stuff, so I picked up the Word Bearer books and read those. And now I'm just picking and choosing. So I've just finished. What was the book I finished recently? Something to do with Raven Guard. It's got Corax now for Legion and stuff in it, so I finished that, and that was good. Writer Sophie Stevens, as someone who works in a clothes shop, that is very true.
The thing I don't get though, I don't get why every clothes shop doesn't have that, because I still think it's quite rare to get like a stool or even like a chair, just anything like that. And actually, if you did that, I've gone to one once where they had like a full-on like lounge outside the dressing room kind of thing, and that was such an amazing idea. But then none of us wanted to do after that. That down.
Good for me though.
Exactly, but then if more places did that, more guys would go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because after like about 2 hours, you guys tend to be. You lose your stamina. So you need like a little.
On that note, we'll end the show. It says 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock is when we're supposed to end the show, Bernard. It is now 25 to 10. So we're going to call it. Fulgrim is a great book indeed, Stalker. So thank you to everybody who's joined us. Thank you to everybody who has thumbs up or liked the video. I know you can't all do it because you need a YouTube account, I think, to actually thumbs up the video. So thank you to everybody who does. Thank you massively to Carl M and Stalker 40k for the donations this evening. We don't expect donations, and we absolutely are over the moon when you do send us donations. So thanks again for that. It all helps continue what we're doing.
I've just seen Phil's comment, forget a store, what about a bar?
In every clothes
Or
shop.
you could have like a little coffee machine or something, that would work too.
Yeah. Less than 30 minutes to go, yes. It's been so long I've been dragged around a shopping centre. Night all right. So we're going to call it, otherwise we can sit and read chat all night long. So thanks again to everybody who has joined us. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, because normally I say have a good weekend, but it's Saturday already. So have a good Sunday, have a good Monday watching Phil on Monday Musing. Stu's saying goodbye now as well. And we're going to go and, no dislike, not yet, Thordalim. I'm sure we'll get 2 or 3.
I think the Saturday's throwing them off.
Yeah, they'll be back, and in greater number. Right, what number is it for credits? Number 3. We always joke in the story about needing a bar or a coffee lounge area for customers. Right, okay, I'm going to stop reading. See you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.